confuse you, of course, with the topics as well. Also, these charts or pictures you will find in the training section, because it makes sense to have a look at them again. And I hopefully we had some of you saying, well, okay, when I haven't recognized that so far, and I know the advanced traders would just say, oh, I'm bored. When do we get the more advanced stuff? And I have to further bore you, because there is not much advanced stuff today, because we are heading to the end of the session. And something I also wanted to talk about was, chart reading and scalping, and we did it already today to have a short look how to read kind of the charts candle-wise. Now, if we have a look here, we have a 15 minutes chart. We see here there's a huge break of structure, a huge inefficiency, and then we have this mitigation, and then price trades away from it. And for us, it's not quite easy, let's say, when we talk about let's say scalping, because that's what we want to talk about it at the moment. When to jump in a trade and when to go out of a trade. Of course, we have fixed stop losses, fixed take profits. That makes the things easier for us, because it's you can, let's say, plan your trades a little bit better. But if you want to go into scalping, for example, there's a few things which could help you to read the charts differently. And for example, this would be a kind of three-step entry. First of all, which is very important, you have to have a valid reason why you enter a trade. You just cannot enter a trade because, for this example, an EMA was broken. This could happen everywhere and also in consolidation zones. So you want to have a valid reason why you enter a trade. And in this case, as I said before, we had a break of structure with a huge inefficient move. So we already knew price at some point might come back up to mitigate it, which it did here. And after it mitigated, so first step, you want to see a break of structure. Second step, this is standard SMC model. Second step is you want to see that the price was mitigated. And the third step is you want to see the two candle body close below the 13 EMA in this case. And if this happens, this would be the reason for us to enter this trade. And now what you would do is you have a stop loss, you have a take profit, but we don't in this case have a stop loss. Why? Our stop, because we are sitting at the chart as scalpers, we would sit here and directly watch what the price is doing candle by candle. And our stop would be if a candle body closes above the 13 EMA. So if a candle body comes back up, not wicking, comes back up and closes above, then we would stop our trade manually. And what would be our take profit? Exactly the same. If the price manages to come back up the 13 EMA, we take the profit if we are in profit. And that's what I want to steer your eyes kind of to when you trade, when you sit in front of the charts and you might have something like an EMA on the charts, because sometimes you get very nervous when you do such kind of trades, but actually you find out that there is no reason to close this trade just because you have a move like this. Let's say you entered the trade exactly at this position, and then you start to read and understand what price does. The price, first of all, comes back up. You might be nervous already, but if it closes above here, you directly close it with a small loss. But then it continues to go down, so we are happy, all good. The next one is an up candle. Well, you could get nervous, but the up candle did not even manage to go above the last candle. So no feelings here. The next candle went down again. Anyways, good for us. The next candle was an up candle again, but it did not manage to close above the last one. No feelings. This one went up, went down again, exactly what we want. This one as well. This one is an up candle, no hard feelings. It didn't manage to close above this one. This one did also not manage to close above this one. Until here, no hard feelings. This one is rather on the edge. If you have feelings here, I could actually understand it, but we all can read charts by now that we can say this here is a supply zone. If this price breaks the zone, of course, we don't want to be in this trade anymore. It would also be a chalk, as we learned. And then what price does next, it goes further down. Good for us, we haven't closed the trade until now. And so you continue candle by candle. You can see here, price didn't manage to close above, it went further down. And this here, you can see price managed to close above the first candle, which is usually the first indication, same as here, that price wants to return. But what do we have here? The same situation. We have a supply zone here, which price is respecting. If this supply zone is broken, also the EMA is broken. We want to be out of this if the close is above. For a jog, only the wick would be above, that's okay. But with the next candle, price moves further in our direction. And you would only actually, because you can see here it's closed, but it didn't manage to close above. And you would wait until you have your first body close above the EMA, and you would scalp the trade from here to here. And you just watch with no hard feelings, because you have a clear rule which you want to see, that's applied. And you shouldn't have any bad feelings if the candle goes up, up, down, up, down, up, down, because you have clear expectation what you want to see. And only if this happens, you go out with no hard feelings. And of course, sometimes the start points are very hard to find, because sometimes you have, going up, going down, consolidation areas. But that's why when you probably have to say, I want to combine this strategy with sessions. When you have the most volatility, then you can have also scalpings. And this would also work, of course, for a 1 minute time frame if you want to. It's exactly the same situation. You have a boss, you have a mitigation, price closes below 2 candle closes, goes down, and you would read the candles exactly the same way. As long as there's no candle able to body break above the 13 EMA, there's no reason, if you manage to jump in this one, which is obviously not the case daily, but if you manage to do this, you would have no hard feelings or say, I close it here because I have enough profits. You can do this, but that's not what you usually do as a scalper. You watch the price further and with the next candle. And why should you close it? Because it didn't provide you any reason to close it. Well, that's what I wanted to, what I also show my students when we go through the charts, just as a kind of further point, how to read market structure, how to read candle formings and so on. And I hope it was of some help for you as well. You might want to rewatch the video anyways. And of course, your questions, if you raise them in the chat, I will copy it and I put it again in the training section where it belongs to and answer it there. And I will also inform you when this is done. Apart from that, that was all the topics for this session. And well, I think that's it. I would not answer questions now because I have all of them. I hope you enjoyed it. It was not too boring for you guys, because I know there's a lot of advanced people here, but there's also a lot of newbies, and I'm the guy for the fundamentals. Kyle is the trading Superman, and you know where to head to if you want to advance in what direction. I'm happy that you still joined, although we had all of these confusions, and I'm actually out. And thank you everybody, and have a great day.